The top stories: Deputy Prime Minister Temesgen Tiruneh arrives in Azerbaijan for an official working visit. And Ethiopian civil society organizations pledge full support for national dialogue process. Hello and welcome to EBC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism, with the latest news highlights of the hour. I am Tabitha John. Do stay with us. Deputy Prime Minister Temesgen Tiruneh has arrived in Azerbaijan for an official working visit. During his visit, the Deputy Prime Minister discussed bilateral issues with a view to bolstering the long-standing relations between Ethiopia and Azerbaijan. He met with Ulvi Mediev, the chairman of the State Agency for Public Service and Social Innovations under the President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, and discussed on the provision of quick service through digital means that has great importance for Ethiopia to benchmark the experience. Temesgen, who is currently visiting Azerbaijan, remarked that his first ever visit has laid the groundwork for joint development across various fields and the strengthening of ties between our nations. Temesgen has expressed gratitude for the warm welcome extended to him upon arrival in Azerbaijan. The Minister of Foreign Affairs of Ethiopia, Taye Atqaselase, met with the African Union Commissioner for Political Affairs, Peace and Security, Ambassador Bankole Adeoye, yesterday. Taye affirmed Ethiopia's full commitment to implementing the Pretoria Peace Agreement. Bankole commended Ethiopia's efforts, noting it was the first country to benefit from the AU Peace Fund with $1 million for its DDR process. He mentioned the successful deployment of the AU Monitoring, Verification and Compliance Mission and pledged ongoing support for Ethiopia's transitional justice policy framework. Both sides discussed peace and security in the Horn of Africa, with Bankole highlighting Ethiopia's significant role in peacemaking efforts. He emphasized the AU's dedication to strengthening collaboration with Ethiopia. In business, the European Union and its partners have unveiled a program aimed at bolstering small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, in conflict-affected regions. This initiative is intended to revitalize local economies and rehabilitate SMEs. Furthermore, it is highlighted that the program seeks to provide enhanced financing for SMEs in northern Ethiopia. This is projected to aid productive industries impacted by the conflict, as well as those engaged in agricultural processing, to resume production and improve productivity. Hassan Mohammed, Industry State Minister, emphasized that the program is part of the ongoing support provided by the European Union, the Netherlands and Germany in critical sectors. He also underscores the program's significance in creating employment opportunities for women and youth. Roland Kobia, Ambassador of the European Union to Ethiopia, emphasized the pivotal role of supporting productive industries in strengthening social cohesion, facilitating economic recovery, and fostering peace. The Ethiopian Chamber of Commerce and sectoral associations, in collaboration with the Ministry of Labor and Skills, has recognized industries in Addis Ababa, Sidama, Oromia, and Amhara regions for their valuable contributions to skills development and entrepreneurship. State Minister of Ministry of Labor and Skills, Tashale Bericha, stressed the importance of TVET industry collaboration for skills development and job creation. Shagao Yamata reports.
Ethiopia is actively engaged in bolstering its skills sector as part of its reform initiatives. The Ethiopian TVET system faces challenges in effectively engaging industries in skill development for trainees due to the absence of framework, insufficient enforcement of policy documents, and limited understanding of the TVET system within industries. To address this, the Ethiopian Chamber of Commerce and Sectoral Association, in collaboration with the Ministry of Labor and Skills, organized an industry recognition event supported by the Germany GIZ Sustainable Training and Education Program. During the event, State Minister for the Ministry of Labor and Skills, Tashiala Brecha, emphasized the need for concerted efforts to produce a competitive workforce, stating that recognition of skills development enhances competitiveness among industries.
Through this event, we are aiming at recognizing key companies, sharing benchmark experiences on the impact of the training to ensure its sustainability in the skills development ecosystem of Ethiopia. The Ethiopian government has developed policy reforms and interventions that we believe would strengthen outcomes in the technical and vocational training ecosystem of the country. Besides, directive and strategies to support the implementation of this policy needs the industry engagement program.
Deputy Executive Secretary of the Inter-University Council for East Africa, Professor Ray Idris, expressed his commitment to promoting integration for economic growth in East Africa by providing advisory policies in universities and higher education.
We do provide policy advisory, we build capacity, we work on quality assurance, qualification framework. In particular, the community wants to use Inter-University for East Africa to integrate and to harmonize education systems within the region, to facilitate free movement of labor within the member state, within the partner state, as well as mutual recognition of the qualifications within partner states.
Muhammad Ali Khan, Commissioner Manager of the Ethiopia-German Sustainable Training and Education Program, highlighted that his organization is focused on creating awareness about the roles of the private sector to foster collaborative efforts for economic development.
About the interventions that the German Development Corporation on behalf of the German government we did last 3 years or 2.5 years. Our role was to bring policymakers together with the industry. I think we have done pretty well in that sense, I would assume. That's why we are here today. And next 3 years, we want to focus that this awareness raising and this chit chat and also bridging the mistrust that exists in the system is translated into collaborations.
24 exemplary industries in Addis Ababa, Sidama, Oromia, and Amhara regions were recognized across various sectors, including automotive, agro-processing, construction, electrotechnology, hotel, and healthcare for their commitment and participation in skills development.
Bareda yadama, Valero Bendema.
Civil society organizations, CSOs, have pledged to scale up their role in the upcoming National Dialogue, an initiative expected to heal deep wounds in the Ethiopian body of politics. At a consultative panel organized by the Ethiopian Civil Society Organizations Council in Addis Ababa, Council Executive Director Hanna Walde Gabriel underlined that CSOs are playing a remarkable role in initiating and fast-tracking the National Dialogue process in Ethiopia. Hanna also disclosed that the Council will contribute agendas to the concerned bodies. In the high-level conference held to promote the contribution of CSOs sector in the Ethiopian National Dialogue, CSOs like Timran, Coalition of Women's Voice on National Dialogue, Alliance of Youth CSO on National Dialogue, CSOs working on people with disabilities, Consortium of Ethiopian Human Rights Organization, and Diredawa Civil Society Network, a regional CSO, are taking part. At the end of the conference, the Council will publish its list of agendas to be entertained during the National Dialogue and hand it over to the National Dialogue Commission. And finally, experts say reinforcing regional integration in the education sector, besides enabling to achieve quality of vocational education in the Horn and the region at large, is a clarion call of the time. The remark came at a regional workshop on sensitization and dissemination of adopted regional policy framework held from 13th to 14th May 2024 in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Tigist Nisa has the following.
The East African Scale for Transformation and Regional Integration project is a project funded by the World Bank and the governments of Ethiopia, Kenya, and Tanzania to increase access and improve quality of TVET programs offered by the selected regional flagship TVET institutes and promote regional integration and coordination. A regional workshop on sensitization and dissemination of adopted regional policy framework has been held from 13th to 14th May 2024 in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Approached by EBC from Ethiopian Ministry of Labor and Skills, Marta Weldi stated that the platform has created a room to learn best practices from each other.
We are learning from them how the government is giving focus for the TVET issue and what the platform already created also gives us different lesson when we are exercising within this for more than 4 years while implementing this E3 project. The second issue is in the project there is staff exchange and student mobility. So when the Kenyan team, the Tanzanian team came here, there are different things regarding the training methodology, their culture, their attitude regarding world education, regarding vocational education. We learn a lot of things, even if from their training students plus student mobility plus staff exchange.
Regional Project Coordinator Dr. Kossam Joseph for his part called on private sector to take part in the selected regional flagship TVET institutes.
Then within the institution, those TVET institutions, the TVET Centers of Excellence, are part of the institution hosting the centers. For example, if you're talking Ethiopia here, General Wingate, we have a Center of Excellence in renewable energy. But that center is not a standalone. It's the integral part of General Wingate institution. That we make sure that there is sustainability, and also we engage all stakeholders within the General Wingate or any TVET institution as involved in the running of that center. And the most important, one of the requirements that we needed the private sector to be involved in the running of the center's activity, from the teaching, from the research, from innovation, and other engagement, and even hosting of students. That is at TVET Center of Excellence.
Coming from the private sector in Tanzania, Zaki Mena, for his part, stated that alleviating challenges in finding skilled labor force to boost efficiencies, such platform could be the best place, he says.
And if you speak to the CEOs of companies in Africa and other parts of the world, among the three major obstacles or bottlenecks to their growth is having a challenge of accessing skilled labor force. And that, of course, has got implication on the bottom line, the profitability of this company. So now they're coming up of this particular program, which now elevates or aims at improving the levels of skills, not just any skill, but relevant workplace skills, is going to unlock this major challenge.
The project is expected to benefit not only the 3 countries directly involved in the project, but also countries in the sub-Saharan Africa.
You're watching ABC World, a reminder of the top stories. Deputy Prime Minister Temesgen Tiruneh arrives in Azerbaijan for an official working visit. And TVP and civil society organizations pledge full support for national dialogue process. That's all we had for now. I'm Tabitha John. Thank you for watching. Have a good time and do take care.